welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I want to read for June, my June TBR. Let's get started. Before we get too far into the video though, I do want to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that provides licensed professional therapists with you. BetterHelp offers trained and licensed professionals who will work with you on your mental health struggles and concerns. BetterHelp provides affordable, convenient therapy through a smartphone, through a tablet, basically any way digitally. BetterHelp offers licensed and professional therapists who can be available to you within a minimum of 48 hours. Not only that, but there are a broad range of therapies to help if you are looking for somebody who specializes in depression or anxiety, or if you're looking for a therapist who works from a feminist perspective. Like, these are all things that BetterHelp offers. 20,000 plus therapists, giving you and I or other clients access to therapy that we might not have access to otherwise. To be honest with you, I'm starting therapy again very soon. In fact, I have my next appointment literally in 2 days. And I'm telling you, and I've said this before, therapy has saved my life. It literally changed my life. Going to therapy when I was in my late 20s was super helpful. And now, as a person who's begrudgingly 30, I'm going back into therapy again because, to be quite honest, I've been struggling a lot with my mental health the last year to year and a half. And I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same way, considering that the pandemic has just taken over every single one of our lives. It's been very difficult. And I'm so glad that there are platforms like BetterHelp that can sort of bridge the gap between you and better mental health. It's as easy as filling out a questionnaire on their website, which helps to assess your specific needs, which helps to assess which therapist would be best suited for you. Soon after finding your therapist or counselor, you can then begin a secure video chat with your therapist, or even, if you prefer, there are texting options available as well, or even just audio. Not only that, but it is completely confidential. No one is getting in to that conversation with you and that therapist. No one is ever going to see it. No one's ever going to hear it besides you and that person. Not only that, but like, if you see a therapist and maybe they don't work for you, maybe there's something about it that doesn't quite spark, you can always change or switch therapists at any time. No hassle. No judgment, no guilt, nothing. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, baby. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health and check out BetterHelp today. If you're interested in improving your mental health, check out the link in my description and sign up for BetterHelp. Again, therapy and talking to a professional has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, and I cannot recommend BetterHelp and therapy more, especially at times like this when things are so wrought. Check out the link in my description to get started. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Let's get on with our June TBR, shall we? And in honor of this discussion that I'm kind of having one-sided with you, I've been struggling, like I may have said earlier, with my mental health. And to be honest with you, I've been going through a major depressive episode, unbeknownst to me, the last year and a half, and it's been anything but fun. And I'm sure you can relate to that, whether it's depression or anxiety or even like BPD or anything like that. It's difficult to talk about mental health, at least seriously, because a lot of the times it's kind of like anxiety, you know what I mean? Like we all try to like make it cute, make it fun, but it's literally anything but that. Again, I have to urge you to take care of yourself, whether that means going to therapy or going for a walk or changing up your meal or going to see a doctor about medication. which is something that I'm considering for myself, to be honest. I've never been on antidepressants or SSRIs or anything like that. But it's coming to a point now where it feels like I don't really have any other choice because nothing else is really helping that much. But I want you to know that you are deserving of happiness and contentment. I'm worthy of happiness and contentment. We are worthy of happiness and contentment. And sometimes mental illness, sometimes our own belief systems and the little like fucking demons in our head convince us otherwise. And I want us to know, I want you to know that you fucking deserve it because you're enough. Okay? You are not defined by any mental illness. You are not defined by your depression, by your anxiety, by any kind of personality disorder. You are not defined by it. Period. That's it. Cut the tapes. That's it. Take care of yourself in whatever way that means for you. Take care of you. Be kind to yourself. Even if that just means that you are more compassionate towards yourself. I think you're doing an amazing fucking job. And you're a bad bitch. You're literally fucking stunning. Okay, I love you. Bye. Let's talk about the TBR. This month, I am very ambitious. Okay? This month, she said, you wanted a TBR? I'll give you a TBR. So that's what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 books. Let's get started, okay? As usual, let's begin with the Patreon book club picks for June. Now, if you don't know, I have a Patreon. I have a Patreon. We are constantly doing reading sprints. I post most of my content early over there. And I do a reading vlog of one of our picks from that month every single month. Last month, I did a reading vlog for Cold Moon Over Babylon. It was amazing. Love that book so much. But anyway, if you're interested in joining the Patreon, there's always a link down below. You can always check it out. We would love to have you. Every single Sunday, we do Sunday sprints where we sprint for a good portion of the day. If you're interested, check it out. If you're not interested, don't check it out. Anyway, this month, we have 3 books. The obvious one, of course, is A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is like the little novella, I think, between Feyre and Nesta's book. That's kind of what I understand. Love that this is so short. It's not gonna take very much time at all. We love that for us, for me especially, because those books are long as fuck. So excited to read this. And then for the main book club, for the horror book club on my Patreon, we will be reading Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Listen, am I starting a cult? Yes. Did I post a poll on my Patreon that literally only had this as an option? Yes. Was it a poll with Ninth House 6 times? Yes. Did they even have a choice? No, because I want to experience it with my patrons and I'm so excited. Some people are also pretty excited. And like I said, I've been wanting to reread it. What fucking better way than to experience it with my favorite people? If you're like, what is Ninth House? Let me tell you. But also, how have you missed literally me talking about this for the last like 2 fucking weeks? Like, anyway, no judgment, no judgment. This is about this girl named Alex. Her real name is Galaxy, but she prefers to be called Alex. She comes from like a background of poverty. She comes from a background of drug use, but she gets like a scholarship to go to Yale. And so she's like, oh my God, this is crazy. So she goes to Yale and then she becomes part of this sort of like secret society that uses like witchcraft or magic. Basically, Alex can see the dead, what are called greys, or like the spirits, you know what I mean? Alex becomes like entangled in this whole thing where this girl was murdered. It's like a whole thing. I don't even know how to describe it or describe it well. I'm just telling you, go into it. Read it, love it, or join the Patreon and read it with us this month. Oh my God, I'm so excited. If you missed it, this was part of Olivia's choices for me. For the last reading vlog I did, she recommended this and I was like, no, I hate it, whatever. And then I loved it. So Surprise, surprise, bitch. Who's more surprised than me? No one. I love, so excited to read this again. And then for the Smut Club pick, Deceived by Gargoyles, almost won, but this one beat it out by like 2 votes, so like, God bless. Anyway, that is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This just came out, and I haven't read The People You Meet on Vacation, but I did read Beach Read, and I loved that fucking book. I don't really know what it's about, or like what like the premise is. I just really like Emily Henry, so I'm just gonna read this and hope for the fucking best. Those are the books for my Patreon, and I'm so excited to read them. Why am I angry? Anyway, let's move on. The rest of the books are kind of a bit everywhere, to be honest. Like I have things from every single genre. I have manga, I have horror, I have fantasy, I have everything. I have smut, like even more smut. So let's dive in, shall we? I'm just gonna pick up the first thing, and that is Rites of Extinction by Matt Serafini. I chose this book because I wanted to add like a novella, because a lot of these books are kind of chunky. A lot of these books are like 300, 400, 500, 600 pages. And while I love a good like fat book, I also love a little skinny bitch. From what I know, it's like super fucked up, and a lot of people like rave and rant about it. It says Rebecca Daniels is a down and out private investigator on the hunt for her daughter's killer. She goes to this like village to like look for her daughter's killer. I think she ends up becoming like indoctrinated into a cult in this small town. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it though. I've owned this for years and I still have not read it, and that's literally a crime. Like, what am I even doing with my life, to be honest? And then we have this book, which is another like horror thriller book, because I've heard nothing but really good things about it. And again, people say it's fucked up. And that is People Who Eat Darkness. This is by Richard Lloyd Perry. This is a true story, like true crime, about this young woman who vanished from the streets of Tokyo and the evil that swallowed her up. This is nonfiction. It's about this girl named Lucy Blackwood. This is a true story. She was 21 years old. She's tall, beautiful, blonde. She steps onto the streets of Tokyo. Gone. Disappears forever. No one ever sees her again. For months, the police's only lead was a suspicious message left with Lucy's best friend claiming that she had joined a religious cult. The truth would prove much darker. Wow, okay, this is also connected to a cult thing. I really want something kind of dark, unsettling, and maybe like a little bit true. If you've read this, please let me know what you think of it. I would love to know your opinions. Let's talk about some manga that I want to read. I talked about this in the Cold Moon Over Babylon vlog on my Patreon because I bought it during that time, and I'm literally obsessed with it. And that is Penguin and House. This is the cutest fucking thing I may have ever seen in my entire life. This is about a little penguin. And you see him? He's doing the dishes, he's making tea, he's like sweeping. This dude has a penguin. It's like a little pet, you know what I mean? And the penguin is so devoted to his friend that he like does all this like all the chores and like takes care of him. It's so abso-fucking-lutely adorable that I could like literally die. I think I could literally die. I'm adding the first volume and volume 2, which I also have, but it's downstairs and I was too lazy to go down the stairs. Didn't pick it up. Anyway, I'm adding number 1 and number 2 to my TBR because I really want to read it because it's really fucking cute. Oh, it makes me so happy. Just look at him and just like how helpful he is. Like a little, like look at him. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop gushing because it's too cute. It's too cute. The other manga that I want to read and I want to add to my TBR is this one called I Am a Cat Barista. It's a cat that makes coffee. I was sold. Like, look how fucking pretty that is. Also, the cat is kind of hot. The cat's kind of sexy. I'm not even gonna lie. How iconic is that? How fucking cute. It just seems very cozy, and I literally love anything and everything to do with cats. Like, you know that. I'm like literally a fucking cat lady. Like, of course I want to read this. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping that by adding the manga to my TBR, I'll actually read it. Because I haven't been reading my manga and I have too much of it. Like to the point where it's like you have that much manga and you don't read any of it. Like it seems ridiculous. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then fuck me and my drag, you know what I mean? In May, we read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is like fantasy, smut, Lollapalooza. For June, I want to add this because I want to sort of maybe read one of the books each month. I'm going to add the second book, which is called The Crown of Gilded Bones, to my TBR. But the first book is about this girl whose name escapes me. The fuck was Poppy? Her name was Poppy. About this girl named Poppy. She is like the chosen one, but she's like really sort of like tamped down by the sort of royals in her community. I'm not explaining this well at all. Like at all. Poppy, you know, becomes sort of like fast friends or more than friends with this guy named Hawk. He's like a new guard. He has to like protect her. But there's like it's like a whole thing. It's like in my head it's kind of like ACOTAR, but like maybe with like vampires. And that's not like the best synopsis, but it'll do. I'm gonna read the second book in June. I know that I think it was Olivia was reading the second book a few months ago and like literally could not finish it because she said it was so boring. So I hope I don't fall into the same sort of trap, but we'll see. Next up, let's talk about another sequel that I want to read, and maybe Olivia will be happy with this because I do want to continue on with the Diviner series and read Layer of Dreams. So what I know after reading the synopsis real quick is that we're still focusing on Evie. Evie is becoming like this like kind of like, you know, known starlet because she's like psychic and everybody knows now, and she's like kind of like famous locally for it. Then there's also going to be the introduction finally of the Chinese character. I'm so excited because in the first book they just kept referencing her, and I was like, okay, who the fuck is this? When the fuck do we get to meet her? Where is she? And it finally seems like they're gonna introduce her in the second book, so I am looking forward to that, and I hope that I do enjoy Evie more in this book because I didn't like her that much in the first one. So yeah, I'm excited, looking forward to it. These two last books, one of them was just released, the other one was released a few months ago, and I'm so excited for both of them. I literally cannot even tell you. Let's begin with this one, which is The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. I've been so excited for this book since the moment I read the synopsis like months ago. It says that it's Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. That's like literally like my kink, so I'm in. This is about Beatrice. Beatrice's father is like, I think executed or killed. Yeah, executed. And her family home was destroyed. Okay, so Beatrice is like, I'm homeless. Then that's like super handsome, I think rich man is like, hey, come live in my house or whatever. And so she's like, ooh, I guess, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, it'll be fine. Just like ignoring kind of all those little voices in the back of her head that are like, remember what happened to his fucking first wife? How she like mysteriously died? She's like, you know what? I have nowhere else to fucking go. What else are my options? I don't have any, bitch. So she moves in. And soon after, she starts to sort of hear things, see things, starts to like dream things. And people kind of scoff at her when she brings these things up because she's like, a lot of weird stuff's happening. And everyone's like, shut up, what do you know? But then also it's like, why does the man of the house's sister not come in at night? Why does the cook have like incense burning all the fucking time? Like, make that make sense. And so it comes to the point where Beatrice is like, I know two fucking things, okay? I know that this place is not fucking safe. The house, which is called the hacienda, and also that like literally no one is gonna help me. It seems as though the house might be Beatrice's doom. Listen, I'm so excited for this book. It sounds so spooky, so fun, so amazing. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to read this book. I might read it as soon as the month starts, or maybe after 9th house. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this. If you've read this, please let me know what you thought of it. I would love to know your opinion. And then the last book I saw on my shelf and I was like, yeah, now is the time. It's the time. It's the right moment. And that is The Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. Oh my God. Literally kill me. Gag me with a spoon. The title page? Are you joking? It's fucking stunning. Anyway, this apparently is an enthralling debut fantasy inspired by the legend of Chang'e, the Chinese moon goddess. This is about Xingyin, which by the way, I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly, who is quite accustomed to like kind of being alone because she's lived on the moon for so long. But when her magic all of a sudden like sort of flares and she's kind of discovered on the moon, she has to like flee. She has to like get the fuck out of there. So she, alone and powerless and like really scared, makes her way to the Celestial Kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. Disguising her identity, she seizes an opportunity to train alongside the Emperor's son. Oh my God. A Shang moment? Okay, anyway. Mastering archery and magic as, oh my God, she's literally Mulan. As well as passion flames between her and the prince. God, I'm already so into this. To save her mother, Xingyin embarks on a perilous quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies. However, when treachery looms and forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, she must challenge the ruthless Celestial Emperor for her dream, striking a dangerous bargain in which she is torn between losing all she loves and plunging the realm into chaos. Oh my God, it sounds so good. I really hope I can read this month. If I don't, somebody literally smack me in my fucking face because I totally fucking deserve it. Anyway, my friends, my family, my familia. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending this time with me. It's been really, really fun. I'm sad to leave, honestly. I think I'm gonna miss you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. If you're part of the Patreon, let me know how excited you are to read 9th house. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, we talk about creepy shit, we talk about the daughter of the moon goddess, and we talk about the hacienda. And shit. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!